Hello and welcome back to the SoonerScoop.com YouTube channel. Eddie Radosevich, George Stoya here. Oklahoma loses 30-23 and maybe one of the more improbable, crazy fourth quarters that you can remember. Welcome back to the instant reaction here, as brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Has all the gear you need from the top brands, all the prices you'll love, and now shopping at Academy is more convenient than ever. We offer free assembly on in-store purchases of most bikes and grills, plus free and easy 1-hour curbside pickup on academy.com orders. Want to save even more every day? Do yas? You might want to save some money. Opening using Academy Sports and Outdoors credit card to get 5% off future purchases when you're approved. Save time and money at Academy Sports and Outdoors. And here comes the fun part, talking about an Oklahoma loss. They fall to 5-5 on the season, George. And you know what? F it. This is what it is. It feels like this is kind of the end of the Brent Venables regime, whatever you want to call it. It's terrible. It's a terrible football team. I would say it's not a very well-coached football team. You go back each game, every time, all 5 of these losses all season, it kind of seems like the same shit, different day. Am I overreacting? Is it crazy? Where are you at today after Oklahoma takes a 23-16 lead in the fourth quarter? 2 minutes left. You think, oh my God, they're going to get out of here with a win. Improbable. And then the bottom fell out. And it feels like, I swear to God, we say it every week, is this rock bottom? I just threw a bunch at you here. I'll let you speak. I'm about to lose my mind. Where do they go from here?
I don't know, Eddie. It's a bad situation. It's a miserable viewing experience for you and me, for I'm sure the fans out there. I tweeted it. There's no other way to describe this team right now than miserable. It's depressing to watch, and it's crazy, Eddie. Earlier this year, they have that improbable win where Auburn hands them the football game. Missouri handed them the football game again tonight, and I think what we saw was the result of an actual bad team that deserved to lose tonight, ended up losing, and that's Oklahoma. And they should have lost to Auburn earlier this year. They should have lost to Houston earlier this year, Eddie. That's what this football team is. And
they're a couple breaks away from. I'm not saying that they'd be winless, but they certainly would be winless in the SEC. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. It's shocking to me, Eddie, when, Jackson Arnold, the turnovers, it's baffling how they continue to happen in the most crucial of times. I mean, I don't know if it's a mental thing, if it's just a lack of awareness in that situation. The fumble early in the game was costly as well. I think the stat was something like they fumbled 6 times. I think they lost 3 or 4 of them, and then obviously the 4th and 1 they don't pick up. And look, Missouri's not a great football team, no. But OU continued to hand them the ball, continued to give them opportunities. And in that defense that we've talked about all year, that we've said that it is the backbone of this team, it fell apart down the stretch. It really did. And I get it. There's some questionable calls on the Woody Washington holding call. I don't know. But you can't give up a 75-yard drive in 57 seconds. That can't happen. And, that's what Brent Venables was supposed to build this program on, and that's what failed him at the end of this game. And I get it, Jackson Arnold, that too, that everybody failed. It wasn't just one thing, but I'm with you at the top of the show, Eddie, when you said it feels like the end of this thing because they got 2 games left, and if they can't find a way to win one of those 2 games, which I don't see how they're beating either one of those 2 teams, it's bad. I'm at a loss for words, Eddie. I haven't seen this shocking of a defeat maybe in my life.
They're a couple breaks away, or maybe 2 more losses away from finishing 1-7 in SEC conference play. I don't think that Brent Venables has to be the one that would stand up there and tell you it's unacceptable.
And he was defeated after the game. I've never seen him like that before.
Well, I think they know that they got their guts ripped out a little bit tonight, and they did the highs and the lows of taking the lead improbably 23-16, and even the drive to go tie the game.
Awesome.
Xavier Robinson.
Where has he been all season? What is going on with that room that he's not on the field?
There's a lot of stuff that it's. I guess it's easy for us to sit here and say it seems like there is a lot of shit that just gets mismanaged, and in every game, and I feel like we're I feel like we're airing a bunch of grievances right now.
Peyton Bowen's dropped several punts this year, and he's still back there returning punts. It cost him tonight.
Yeah,
it cost him. The quarterback situation cost him tonight. It's like this is week 10, whatever it is, and it's the same shit every single week. The game management, terrible. Like they're running guys on the field late, and they have to call a timeout early in the fourth quarter.
It's unbelievable to me how many times you watch an Oklahoma game here throughout the season, and truly throughout the first 2.5, or I guess 2 years and 10 games now of Brent Venables' era as Oklahoma's head coach, that it just seems like every goddamn day it's something else, and it's something that should be avoided.
And they just, Eddie, the most damning part is like it's all those things add up, and what it creates is a team that can't win. It doesn't know how to win. That's what it feels like with Oklahoma right now. They don't know how to play winning football, and the offense is so inept, Eddie. So inept. It's shocking how bad they are on offense. They get Jalil Farouk and Deion Burks both back tonight, and it's still terrible. And I get it. They got a bunch of guys out on the offensive line, but it was almost like the game plan, it made no sense. There were no easy throws. There was no easy completions. How was Xavier Robinson not more part of the game plan? It took Taylor Tatum getting hurt for him to get into the game late, and it's horrific, Eddie. I don't know any other way to explain it than it's a really, really bad situation. The team has been mismanaged, and it's just become a miserable and depressing thing to have to cover right now.
Yeah.
And I think we all just want it to be over. Just end it.
I mean, we're laughing through.
About the season.
We're laughing through some pain. I mean, obviously, like I think that we've been here before. We've talked about how much people like Brent. They like the direction of the program when you're talking about off the field stuff and developing men and doing all. At the end of the day, you're paid a lot of money to win football games at a university that is rather prestigious, not used to stuff like this. I think that we're in kind of a way even in just how we have to talk about it. And again, 5 for 15 on third down tonight.
Jackson Arnold stats.
Jackson Arnold goes 15 for 24, 74 yards, two fumbles, 3.1 yards average. We were listening to the Texas game on the way here. They were averaging about 17 and a half yards per play or per completion this afternoon. I don't know. I mean, I feel like we're supposed to sit here and give you guys all the answers and come up with unique, fun stories.
There's no answer. That's the problem. There's no answer. And we've known it for weeks that there's no answer. And you thought maybe they could scrape by, just get to the end of the season. It's not happening. Yeah. It's just not. Alabama just kicked the shit out of LSU. You're not beating LSU on the road. That's just not happening.
Right.
I'm not buying it.
So you're looking at a 5-7, a miss a bowl game, 1-7 in conference play, and obviously they're going to have to go out and play those games, but it's not good enough. That's not good enough for anybody. Whatever the buyout is, and I hate to even bring this stuff up, it's a reality, though. Yeah. It's a reality out there that it just doesn't seem like this is getting fixed. And I think tonight is one of those moments that you go, I don't know if Brent can be the guy that gets this thing out of the gutter that it's in. And that sucks, but it is a reality. And I think that there's a lot of people that spend a lot of money on coming to games, our parents, a lot of people. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
And in the hard part, Eddie, that Oklahoma has to make, that decision, if they do have to make it, is you're either saying, okay, Brent, you get one more year to try and fix something that looks like it's not fixable right now, or do you say, all right, we're blowing everything up, and next year ain't going to be pretty if you blow everything up. The next few years probably aren't going to be pretty. It hasn't been pretty the last few years now, and that's the hard discussion. It's like, do you try and see if you can fix something that's maybe not fixable, or do you just say, screw it, we're starting from scratch all over again? And I don't know what the answer is. Brent's buyout is $44.8 million. I know that's a large number, It's also you pay it over monthly, so you over 3 years, I believe. So you don't have to pay it all at once. They don't have to come up with $44.8 million right away. I would also assume Brent would go get another job, which I think would take some of that money off of it. But I don't know, man. It's a really tough position for this administration, I would assume, because these next few weeks, I don't know. I don't want to say Brent's coaching for his job. I just don't know enough right now. But I think that it's pretty clear on our end that this is obviously unacceptable, and I don't think there's a way to fix it.
And we talked all week. We talked on the Unofficial 40. We talked here on the Soonerscoop.com YouTube channel all week, and all the shows that we did, how important this game was for Brent Venables and for this program to get over the hump, and the 6-4 and all that. You could get bowl eligible. How much of that is ruined by the way that they did lose this game tonight, by the way that you did take the lead and then you just seemingly gave it up on the 75-yard play?
It felt like, too, Eddie, even before the chaos that happened, it felt like OU was the better team the majority of the game. Obviously, the first half, I mean, they should have been up. They were up 9-3. They should have been up way more considering what had happened, and they had to turn the ball over 2 times. But it felt like OU was the better team for the majority of the game. They take the lead late, and they just fall apart, and it's just it's stunning how they find ways to lose games. I don't know. This is stupid.
I feel like we just go round and round and like in circles right now, because
it's
think
bullshit, and we don't like to do it either. Like this sucks. Like that covering this team right now sucks major ass. Yeah. And I wish we could say some positive stuff, but there's nothing positive about this football team right now.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of where this is right now. It's a miserable experience, and I think that you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. But at the same time, I think that we all kind of know.
There's no light.
Well, no, the end of the end of the season.
Yeah, okay.
The end of the season. But I think that when you get to the end of the season, that's when it opens up a whole new door that I don't think anybody wants to go through in trying to find a way to get this thing right. To get it competitive.
In either way you look at it, right? Like a lot of people out there want Brent fired. Okay, you're starting over as a program. I mean, you're in a really bad spot by starting over, and you're in a really bad spot if you keep Brent. There's no positive spin on that. Like, that's the tough part. Like, this isn't Lincoln Riley left, everybody rally the troops, go get your guy and build something. This is, you had an abject failure in this program, and now you have to try and build something from nothing. That is not an easy thing to do, and you've seen programs try to do it, and it takes them sometimes a decade to figure it out.
There was a lot of people that, when OU made this move to the SEC, when OU started losing games even back in year one, that we're sending out the warning signals. This is the next Nebraska. This is hand up. I was somebody that never believed that it could drop that far. But right now you're staring at not going to a bowl game. Obviously, something that Oklahoma hasn't done in 25 years is not go to a bowl game. And it's flat out embarrassing.
Yeah. It's
flat out embarrassing.
I don't have anything else, Eddie. Let's just end it.
Okay, that's going to do it. Academy's going to love this. I would love to sit here and talk about, all the good things that are happening right now in my life, but there aren't any. But there is one thing, and that's when I go shop at Academy. How about that? Oklahoma Academy Sports and Outdoors has all the gear you need from the top brands at all the prices you'll love. And now shopping at Academy is even more convenient than ever. We offer free assembly on in-store purchases of most bikes and grills, plus free and easy 1-hour curbside pickup on academy.com. Orders. Want to save even more every day? Open and use an Academy Sports and Outdoors credit card to get 5% off future purchases when you're approved. Save time and money at Academy Sports and Outdoors, and have fun out there. Having fun right now would not be sitting here and talking about this disaster that is an Oklahoma football program that drops to 5-5 on the season, 1-5 in conference play. Ryan, it's not good, folks. I would love to sit here and be the funny guy and tell you that everything is going to be okay. I don't know if I can do that right now. It's just not good enough. So for George Stoya, I'm Eddie Radosevich. We'll see you right back here as Oklahoma goes into a bye week. Really kind of searching as a program right now, and that's really painful to say. Talk to you later.